intoxicated, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out the agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for one. You need to understand that this charge is going to go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. It's going to be there, it's even there.
Hold up. Did the judge just say your record sticks with you even after you die? That's not just legal seats a warning. Your criminal history doesn't vanish. It haunts background checks, employment, and legal decisions for life. So, here's a question. Should DUI convictions have a second chance expiration date, or should they stay forever?
After you die, this is important because you ever get pulled over again, officers, all they do is they look at your background, and if they see a lengthy background, it's just not going to go well for you. It doesn't matter if you're falling down, piss-ass drunk. No, the mere smell of alcohol or dope, you will probably be looking at another DUI. What we're doing today, from now on, here in Harris County, you are facing, or in Texas, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. Do you understand? No more proverbial slaps on the wrist. So if I were you, whatever you're going to do, don't get into a car because it's a humongous liability that you're in, a risk that you're taking. What Max is asking me to do is to take off around $3,500 worth of fines and fees. The idea is that we all make mistakes, right? But you can't keep making mistakes where you endanger other people's lives. It's not fair. When it's so easy to hit one damn button on your phone for $30 to $40, you have a car waiting to take you anywhere you want to go in this. Do you understand?
Yeah, you said.
I want you to understand one more thing. It's unacceptable the way that you have been treating us here in court. You were ordered to get an interlock. You have not had an interlock since August. It's not.
Judge, you did have it installed. There was
If it's in lockout.
I understand. And there was
It's as
issue with the money and all that. But yes, sir, we understand.
But you don't wait. If
You communicated it with me, I didn't realize there was another option, Judge. And so I'm definitely taking the heat on that. So I came in to see if we could.
I'm not going to let you. You were old enough to know that if you're ordered to have an interlock and it's not functioning, you're going to upset a judge. Do you understand?
Judge,
Just
I'm gonna have to speak on that one, okay?
Yes.
Because I definitely communicate.
Let me know.
I said I've been employed my whole life. When this stuff started happening, especially with the stuff with the other situation that happened going on, I let him know that I can no longer afford it. I didn't know there was another option.
And I neither. I told her we need.
But and I
since
have
August, she's been in lockout, Max.
I have not drove. I Ubered everywhere I've been.
It's true.
I have.
And I helped her with that as well.
Yeah, yeah.
She has. She did.
So now I'm self-responsibility for it, and I just don't want you to think that I just deliberately disobeyed an order. I didn't have a choice, and I communicated it with him. I'm taking full responsibility. So for you to tell me that, oh yeah,
And boom, there it is. No more excuses. This judge isn't just enforcing the laws, delivering a full-blown accountability sermon. You've got an interlock violation, bond issues, and a past recordant. Now the court's patience is gone. Think she'll get one last break, ... Or are we watching the final straw snap right here?
Has been notified and still nothing is coming of it. You got to come to court. When you have an interlock, it's supposed to be operational. And when it's not, that's a bond violation and it's a continued one,
I understand.
Look,
I'm taking full
I'm
responsibility.
preparing you for the future,
Yes.
Hopefully there is none, but you can't keep it.
Also, before all of this and the federal thing, she'd never been in trouble before. So this has been like.
No. I have an assault from 2010. I've got an ag assault in 2009. I've got a gun case in 24, So it's not our first rodeo.
Yeah, Judge.
It's not.
Okay.
And just
She's like really upset about
the idea is we all make mistakes, like I told you, but don't make a mistake. I'm sorry. It's not a mistake. They're actions that you take, and you're old enough to know that actions have consequences, right? Especially when you're dealing with alcohol and a 3,000 to 5,000 pound missile that you're in. You could cause catastrophic injury, and that's what we're trying to prevent.
I understand.
All right.
This is where it really hits home. The cost of another DUI, $6,000 in fines, and we haven't even talked jail time. Think about it. One ride on Uber costs $30. One wrong ride drunk could cost you $6,000. Your license and your freedom. Would you risk it? Drop your take in the
I am going to waive the fines and fees now, but you need to understand on a second offense, it's a minimum of $6,000 in surcharges and fines and fees if you pick up another DWI. So when people continue to make actions where they endanger other people's lives, it gets extremely expensive, not to mention costly with jail time. You understand? All right. The agreement you've worked out is 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement today, you can never change your mind. You can't say, well, I didn't know this was going to happen. I didn't know this. Once you plead guilty, it stays like this forever. Do you understand? You still want to do this? How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? I'm going to find you guilty. I will sentence you to it. I'm going to waive your costs, your fines and fees. There is a license suspension that is attached to this. I am going to suspend your license. I'm going to suspend it for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck, man. Thanks, folks. Please see the clerk.